when you came to WWE, of course, you were using different monikers, different characters, but then suddenly the Fandango character became a thing. But when I think of Fandango, I think of the website to buy movie tickets. So when someone said to you, hey, we want you to be this character, Fandango, did you ever stand up and go, that's a website for movie tickets? Does anyone know this?
Let me ask you a question. Do you think Vincent Kennedy McMahon knows what the Fandango app is?
No.
There's no way in hell. You know, the younger, we were probably 28, 29 around the time I debuted. So we as the locker room generation, most of us guys from FCW. So we all know what the Fandango app is. And everyone in the locker room is like, dude, what are you working for? Like, you're going to throw out movie tickets when you come out, you know? Even if he knew, I think even if he knew there was an app, he'd probably be like, I still want to use it. I like it, you know, so.
That's something I always wondered, because I'm like, oh, I liked your character, I liked your gimmick, I liked everything about it. But I'm like, does anyone realize this is a website for movie tickets? Like, I'm still convinced the Shield was made, the name, because someone saw Avengers and came to Vince like, I got a great idea, we'll call them the Shield. And they're like, Vince is like, that's a great idea, I love it. But he doesn't know that person just stole it from a movie.
Yeah, dude. Little side note, fun fact. I was in contact with Fandango, the company. I believe they were located in Vegas or California. And we set up a meeting, possibly endorsement, me being a spokesperson for the company. They're like, yeah, we'll get back to you. And then Kevin Hart, I was at the movies one day, and the opening, credits, or not credits, but the opening montages, or, the previews come on. It's Kevin Hart cutting a promo for Fandango. I'm like, yeah, they went with a little bit bigger of a star. But you know what? They gave me a code. I had free, I went to the movies for free for a year. So that was my, So yeah, we're on good terms. Yeah.
There's been moments in time where at one point there was a group of women on the main roster, and their stable name was an adult video company. And no one even looked that up or Googled it until everybody who's a wrestling fan Googled that name and was like, hoo-hoo, this is leading me to a website that I shouldn't be on at work.
Yeah, it's just some of those things. It's just those pop culture things where I think even if there's some younger writers in the meeting that are just going to TV or coming to the office every week, I think a lot of them are just afraid, and they're afraid to be like, no, sir, we can't use that because it's an app or a porn site I think they're just like, don't fucking rock the boat. Let's get through the day without getting yelled at. And, I think it's just, and maybe some of the older agents, the Michael Hayeses, I don't think he really knows if there's a Fandango app. Maybe he knows there's a porn site, but
oh my God,
I don't know. But I feel like some of the younger generation of the writers, they're probably just so fucking afraid to say anything. They're just like, that sounds really good. Yeah, let's go with that.
But are you at one point ever classically trained to be a dancer? Because suddenly you show up and you're.
Do you want me to give you the quick story of how the Fandango character came to be?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so Tyler Rex, I don't know if you ever heard of him. Yep. Tyler Rex, Brian Majors, Kurt Hawkins were tag team, lower card tag team, kind of just doing Superstars main event, whatever that syndicated television show is, or Sunday Morning Slam. They were just kind of lower card guys. And Paul Triple H goes, we have an idea for you guys. We want you to be essentially male strippers, which was Breeze and I. We'd come out dressed up as different, firefighters or whatever. But Kurt and Tyler would come out dressed as sexy firefighters, do a dance routine, and strip. They're essentially dick dancers. Tyler decided he didn't want to do the character, asked for his release, quit. Hawkins comes up to me, who's a good friend of mine. Hawkins, Cardona, we all started together in Deep South, so we've known each other since the beginning. Brian's like, hey, do you want to do this dancing gimmick with me? I'm like, sure. I mean, I'm not doing anything at the time. I'm just sitting catering. So he goes up to, I can't remember the lead writer at the time, goes, "What about Johnny Curtis as my partner since Rex is gone?" He goes, "We love the idea. Let me talk to Vince." And Triple H comes up to me, or someone comes up to me and goes, "We're going to make you the dancer." I'm like, "Cool." They're like, "But we're not going to use Myers. We're just going to use you. Don't tell him." I'm like, "It's fucking his idea."
Oh my
So I'm like,
God.
"All right." And of course I went and told him because he's my boy. And he's like, "It's okay, man. I didn't really want to be a dancer anyways, you know?" So actually they sent me to a strip joint in Tampa. This I think it was like a Colombian girl. They're like, "Go have her teach you how to strip." I'm like, "All right." So I actually started going and learning how to be like sexy, you know?
Yeah.
For about a month or two. And then one day we're at Full Sail, like 2012, and Triple H pulls me aside and goes, "No more strip dance school." I'm like, "Oh, fuck yeah." He's like, I'm like, "Sweet." He goes, "Take ballroom dancing classes now." I'm like, "Oh, okay." So that's how it happened. Then I actually moved out to Houston around that time, and they sent me to Arthur Murray's dance school. And I'd go like once a week, bud, and for 3 or 4 months. So it's trying to learn how to wrestle. Dancing is like trying to learn how to professional wrestle. You're training once a week for a couple months. I knew enough just to fake it, essentially. But
I was convinced.
yeah, I mean, I knew like one move. Every time I would see Dave Taylor, this old English wrestler who trained me down in Deep South, he'd be like, "You only know one bloody move. You only do one bloody move, dance move." I'm like, "Well, yeah."
Shawn Michaels kind of did one dance move too, and he
Yeah,
lived off that for a while, didn't he? I love Shawn Michaels to pieces. So
yeah,